What is up guys, it's me Joe and today is Wednesday, so that means it's all about the books. So this video is the top 5 books I believe are a good gateway into my favourite genre, which is fantasy. Without further ado, I'm going to go into my books and I'm going to tell you reasons why I like these books and why you should read them. At number 5, it is The Novice by, and I'm really going to butcher the author's name, Taran Mahahu. I don't have a clue at this. I'm really sorry. And I apologise to this author every time I mention his name, because I cannot pronounce it. This is The Novice, and this is the first book in, I believe, a trilogy. I'm currently reading the second book in the series at the moment, but I had to put this book in because this book was so good. I believe this is a good gateway book into fantasy due to the fact of its theme and its setting, and the reasons why I will later on explain in this video. Going in at number 4, it is of course the Percy Jackson series. Now, some people may argue that the Percy Jackson series is more Greek mythology than it is fantasy, but it is also very much a fantasy with some genre of Greek mythology. I really love the Percy Jackson series. I've read all the books in this series and I've read nearly all the books in the other series dealing with Percy Jackson. I still have the last one to read. But I just truly love Greek mythology just from reading these books, and I've learned so much through these books, and it has brought in my love for Greek mythology even more than what it used to be. Of course, Rick Riordan also does a lot of other books based on other mythologies such as the Egyptian gods and now as well as the Norse gods. So Rick Riordan really does know how to use Greek mythology and mythology in just general, and how to bring it into the modern day world and how people would deal with it if it was real. And it's a really good book series. It's really interesting and intriguing, and all the trimmings in this book, it has everything. The series has everything. Go read this series. I don't care how old you are, just read the series. Coming in at number 3 is one of the most recent series that I've completed, and that is the Immortals Instrument series. I love this series, and I particularly love one particular character, and everyone will agree that they love this particular character, and I wish this character was a friend of mine, and that would be Simon. Simon's an awesome character in this story. Unfortunately, book 2 does let down the series a lot, in my opinion, because I just didn't think it went anywhere there, but it does pick up again in book 3, so if you're going to read the series, get through book 1. Struggle through book 2 if you need to, but definitely read from 3 onwards. It's just a really good series and well worth to read, and it has a great combination of fantasy, supernatural, as well as romance. So if you want romance and you want fantasy and you want something supernatural, this is a series for you. And of course then there is another spin-off series based on this as well. Actually, I think there's 2. So definitely worth a read and a good series overall. I think I gave it about 4 out of 5 stars for our entire series, with the second book letting it down. But definitely worth to read. A friend of mine harped on to me about reading the series for so long, and I finally did, and I loved it. Coming in at number 2, and I had to flip a coin for this one, is Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. This is an amazing fantasy series. This has everything. It has magic, action-packed, romance, killing, blood, guts, gore. It's basically Game of Thrones for kids. And it's amazing and well worth to read, and there's 5 books in the series so far, so definitely go check them out. And coming in at number 1, of course, is Harry Potter, The Boy Who Lived. Of course, I don't need to explain what Harry Potter is about because everyone knows what Harry Potter is about. But Harry Potter is the only one on my bookshelf that I could actually remember saying to myself, actually, after reading Harry Potter, I started buying lots of more fantasy books. Before that, I was really into horror books, and R.L. Stine, legend as he is, was probably my favourite author before J.K. Rowling came into play. But J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter probably was the very first book that opened up my eyes to the fantasy world, to what I remember. Probably Roald Dahl before that as well, but I'm not 100% sure, I can't remember. I do remember the Harry Potter series because I've read it so much, and it's number 1 on my list. So now guys, I want to find out what are the top 5 books that you found that was a gateway into your favourite genre, whether it's dystopian, horror, or whatever genre you're into. Comment down below. If you like this video, also hit the good old like button, and if you want to see more of my content, hit the subscribe button, because, like, you know, this guy wants to hit 350 subscribers before the Christmas. Come on guys, let's do it. Do it for the love. Also, I do know that a lot of the books I mentioned in my videos are young adult. It's just because I find them that little bit more interesting to adult books, though I do read some adult books as well, but they're all fantasy based as well, so it's all good. What is up guys, it's me Joe. What is up guys, it's me Joe, and today this video is all about books. What is up, guys? So today is Wednesday, so this is all about